different if you would have got a discount on the house, but since y'all went 5,000 over, that's just not enough.
All right,
Yeah.
guys, we are live and recording on the Facebook group. Who is on our call? Jose, hello. Emmy, hello.
Hello.
Wasim, hello. Good morning, everyone. Or afternoon almost, huh? This is at least later than we usually do.
Cheers.
Yeah. We're a little early, so I'm going to give everybody a couple of minutes to log on. We are live on the Facebook group so that we're recording, but please stay on the Google Meet so if you have questions, we can interact here, okay? I will present once everybody's on, and we'll probably go about 2 minutes into 11 before we really get started, and then we're kind of just roll through this stuff. So if you guys need an update or a recap or anything like that, make sure to rewatch the video. But I'm super tight scheduled today. I just want to make sure everybody got this information, before we got rolling. So I'm going to turn my camera off also so I can finish drinking my breakfast. And I'm going to log back on in just a second.
Hey Wasim, this is Kyle. I'm one of Nadim's friends. I'm in San Antonio, so if you have any clients headed south to San Antonio, feel free to refer them my way.
We'll do that.
Love that, Kyle. Work your market.
Yep.
Hello, Nadim.
Good morning. You hear me?
I heard you. Good morning. Hello, Rhonda.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey Rhonda.
Hey, Kyle, what's going on?
Todo bien aquí.
Bien.
What Kyle is trying to say is he does not have enough hours in the day to go make all those deposits that he's closing.
Man, I wish. One day, that'll be true.
He's just being modest,
My group is fun. Hey, everyone. So my brother-in-law's in town today. This week. And his girlfriend's here with me. So everybody say hi, Danny.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, Danny.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. She gets to sit on our very exciting meeting today, too. Do you guys live here?
No. Florida.
That's nice and warm. Most of the time.
Yeah. Warm or rainy?
I got Nikki in the office, so
Hi, Rhonda.
Hi, Nikki.
Wasim,
Hi, Wasim. I was gonna say, what's his name's
Hello.
brother?
Nadim,
Nadim's
Emmy.
brother.
Hey, Cuberto,
Here.
Jose. This is
We're right,
Adrian and
we're
Kyle.
right behind each other, but
Oh.
Once that I am not there and Nikki shows up. Hey, Nikki, go
Hello.
ahead and give that proposal to your client, okay? Because I can't find no other contractors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody undo your picture really quick so I can take a photo of our screen. Please.
Okay.
Oh, you're fine.
Hold
I'm
on.
just doing a picture. Yeah.
Jose's background.
I like your background, Jose.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Adrian, we need to see that mimosa. Adrian's in the airport, everybody. All right. Smile.
we're waiting, Nadim.
Nadim.
Oh, my camera says it's on. Hold on, let me see. You see me?
Running around the house.
I see the top of your head. Okay, everybody smile. Good job.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I'm sure I got most of you in your comfy clothes and on your bed. That's okay.
Just don't stand up, anybody.
Let's do it. Let me plug my computer in and we're gonna get started.
Especially Jose.
Jose, you're cracking me up.
This training should not take a full hour, so you guys will get in and out really quickly. And I'm going to go ahead and start. It's 11:03. I said 11. Usually we start at 11:10, so whoever's late, that's okay. You guys, again, I'll just recap this one more time. There is a live video going on Facebook, which will record it on Facebook. So if you have questions, maybe go back and watch this. I'll download it and put it in the Facebook units training as an other. So just keep an eye out for that. Really quickly want to go over a market update. So I've reached out to a couple lenders and just was kind of asking about interest rates, what everything's looking like right now, because I know it's a crazy market. So quick market update. Interest rates are going up. They're still in the high 2s, low 3s, but they're coming up about 0.75 since December. So it's very similar for FHA as it is for conventional, but keep that in mind that as the market starts to correct itself, you guys know it's been crazy. As it starts to correct itself, it's going to be because interest rates go up and it's a little bit more expensive to borrow money. But as of right now, the Fed said they're going to keep their rates as is, so I don't see it really slowing down too much through the summer. You guys know we get busier in the summer, so we're probably going to stay super busy through the summer. I asked, do you expect there to be a change anytime soon? Everybody says no. It looks like it's going to stay the same. Is anybody getting offers accepted that are FHA or VA? No. All my lenders are saying not really. No. So, and that's part of what I want to talk about today. So I'm just going to kind of roll past that. And the other question I asked was, what are your winning offers looking like? Like, what do they look like? Everybody's telling me appraisal waiver, short option with a high fee, no repairs requested, and over asking price, cash. Okay, so this is what lenders are seeing as well. It's not just what we're seeing, guys. It's happening everywhere. So do keep in mind that when you have buyers, educate them. Do not say, find a buyer online, hey, you want to go meet, or my sister's friend, hey, can we meet really quick, and just expect to jump in the market. You need to be sitting down with your buyers and having a buyer consultation. I know it takes a little bit more time, but I promise you in the long run, you're going to weed out the people who are unable to and not fit for this particular market. And you're going to set them up for success, because everybody's getting super stressed out right now. Buyers are stressed out. You're getting stressed out. Let's just make sure that we are... yes, Adrian, I'll answer your question in a second. Just make sure that you're educating your buyers, especially because, you know, you don't want them, if they're not qualified for this market, if they're an FHA purchaser and they have minimum down payment, they have no cash reserves, and their budget is $250,000, this is not the market for them. And it sounds harsh, but it would be better for you to sit down and tell them what you're seeing than to waste their time and your time working on a transaction that's never going to happen. Okay, so make sure that you make that polite. Everybody mute your mics, please, because I can hear some back.
Oh, they didn't tell me that last time.
Adrian, can you mute yourself? See if I can mute her. I was able to mute her. And Rhonda, I'm going to mute you as well. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting some reverb, guys. It's very distracting. Okay, so other than that, on crazy times, just make sure that you're having those consults. Be polite, be super empathetic. You don't have to be like, look, this market isn't for you, you can't buy a house. Just be nice, be sweet. Look, this isn't the right market for you right now, and I would hate to waste your time and get you so frustrated house after house, knowing that we're going to put offer after offer after offer after offer, rejected. Why don't we take some time to save up a little bit more? This would be great for you. Interest rates don't look like they're moving a lot. We've spoken with multiple lenders. I'm going to have Ron and Cuberto possibly have someone at Motto send me some more information, because I want to say it's pretty consistent across the board, but it doesn't hurt to help to get more opinions. But just let them know this might not be the perfect market for you right now. It can't last forever. So take a step back. Save, do what you have to do. What can we do to help you improve your buying power for next time when the market has come down just a little bit? Always present yourself as the expert, and make sure that when you're doing that, you're just being super empathetic and sweet and they're going to respect you more for giving them the truth rather than dragging them around at house to house. Okay, you don't need to be that busy. Focus on people who actually can purchase right now, or try and get sellers, because right, that's way better. Multiple offers. This has come up in our brokerage, but I just want to make sure that none of us are going to happen. This isn't going to happen to any of us. Multiple offers. So a lot of times you're taking your buyers out. They got plenty of cash. They're conventional, or whatever the case is, but they're still having to put offers at this house, at this house, at this house, because they're still all going quickly and you can't keep up with everything. So with multiple offers, I want you guys to, I'm going to present really quick. I'm going to show you a strategy that I've done in the past in a quick market. Let's see. All right. Does everybody see everybody right now? Yeah?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Thank you. In a really quick market, I've done this in the past where I've had, buyers put in offers at multiple places. So not only are seller agents, taking multiple offers in, but this is specifically geared towards buyers agents. When you're offering multiple times in a week at multiple houses, have your clients sign this along with everything else. This is called the Notice of Withdrawal of Offer. It's in zip forms. It's a Texas Realtors contract or addendum form, whatever. The Notice of Withdrawal of Offer. So what this would do for you is you put the name, the borrower's name, the seller's name, the borrower's name, and then the property that you're offering. And then you want to make sure that you check that the notice is to confirm that the buyer is withdrawing their offer at this particular property up here. And then I would say maybe you can put name, but don't put the date and time here yet. So that's something you may want to fill out later by hand, but it's already going to be signed. Yeah, and make sure you put the agent's name here and when you're turning in your offer. So let's say you turn it in on March 24th. You had your client sign everything on March 24th. Go ahead and put the date here. Not the date. Yeah, this is the date I'm so sorry. The withdrawal was communicated orally by, you're going to check probably B if you're having your client sign this one first. And then the reason you want to do this beforehand is because if you have an offer, let's say you put an offer at house B, house C, house D. Well, house B gets accepted. You still have offers on C and D. And Jose can attest to this. This just happened to him. If offer B and C both execute your contract on a similar night or next to each other, one night and one morning, now you've got two offers under contract. The second you get a verbal, like, we're accepting your offer, congratulations, you need to quickly get this submitted because your client could potentially have multiple contracts out. So this happened to Jose as a seller's agent. He accepted an offer, but the lady had multiple contracts out. And she had already been accepted on another house. So now the client is obligated to pay their option money and submit the termination of contract, not the withdrawal of offer, but now they have to terminate that contract because it's a legally binding contract. You guys are signing a whole contract with your buyers and giving it to your seller, and they just have to sign it to execute. So especially in a market that's moving this fast, make sure you're providing that notice of withdrawal of offer. Okay, if you guys have questions, I'll go back over this. I should have read it better before I came online, but it's been a busy morning. Okay, so I'm going to move on from that. Withdrawal of offer. If you're submitting multiple offers and working with a buyer, make sure you're doing that. If you're a seller on multiple offers, make sure that you are forwarding every single offer to your client, okay? I have a really nice spreadsheet. If you guys want to use it, let me know. It is in the Google Drive, but if you want some explanation on it, I may do a separate training on it, just a video, and throw it in the Drive so you guys can watch it at your convenience. But basically what it does, it takes all your offers and puts them in a column spreadsheet so that your seller can just see their bottom line comparatively. Offer 1, offer 2, offer 3, offer 4. My offer on this particular property is going to be, my profit on this property is going to be way higher than those I can see because there's a bottom line. So I'll share that with you guys again and do a quick video on that. But as a seller, make sure even if you're telling your client all of these offers that you're getting in, you have to send it to them. Anything that's received by you is perceived to be received by your client. So if somebody says, well, my offer was never looked at, you always have that paper trail saying, yeah, I sent it to my client. They didn't choose you. I'm sorry. Maybe your offer was better. This is where they decided to go. Okay, so make sure that you guys are protecting yourself. This market is crazy and agents are getting vicious. They're turning around. They're pointing fingers. Unfortunately, it is what it is, but I just want you to stay protected. And I don't want any of you guys to get sued for silly little things that could easily been avoided just by a little bit extra paperwork. Okay, so make sure that you're communicating to everybody. Once you accept an offer as a seller's agent, if you had multiple offers, whether it's through showing time or the MLS, make sure that you're communicating to everybody that, an offer was accepted. Thank you for your offer. All offers were communicated with the seller, and this is what they decided. You don't have to go into detail, but basics would be nice, okay? And paper trails are best. So phone calls, as much as I know some people it's just easier to make a phone call, that's okay if you do that. Make sure you follow up immediately with an email. Hey, this is what we talked about. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. If you need anything else, let me know. Send. This is what we talked about. Bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. Whether it was your offer wasn't this, or whatever the case was, whatever we talked about, make sure you put that in the email. Again, you're just creating a paper trail for yourself. So limiting your risk and liability there. Termination of contract. If you guys are getting accepted offers, make sure that you're moving forward with something else. Make sure that you are terminating those contracts and that everything is being turned into me. Termination of contract has to be done if you come out of a deal. If it's under contract, it has to be a terminated contract, whether you're the seller's agent or the buyer's agent. I need that paperwork, okay? Moving on, last thing, appraisal waivers. So this is what we're really here for. I'm gonna present again on my screen because I've got it here for you guys, but I want to clarify just a couple of things because I know that not everybody's super familiar with this. It's a fairly newer form and it's been used so much. So I just want to make sure that everybody's doing this particular part, paying attention to the words, because this is another area of, you're basically advising your client to waive the value of the property. So I'm going to go over this and give you some different wording about advising, okay? So I'm just going to start it with the title, Addendum Concerning the Right to Terminate Due to Lender's Appraisal. That in itself is just a little bit confusing because it sounds like it's their right to terminate. But what it's actually saying is this addendum concerns their right to terminate. In the third-party financing addendum, they have a right to terminate due to the lender's appraisal. So they already have that right. This is concerning that right, okay? So don't confuse this with the right to terminate that's in the third-party financing addendum. It's already in there. Read it yourself. There's not an additional page you have to do to say that if it doesn't appraise, the lender's not going to pay that money. It's in third-party financing, okay? So this is just concerning their right to terminate, and then use only if the third-party financing addendum is attached to the contract and the transaction does not involve FHA or VA financing. The reason this is super, super important and why you may want to have a very strong heart-to-heart conversation with your FHA and VA clients is because this form is being used on almost every offer now. And whether it's a full waiver or partial waiver, and we'll go over that in a minute, it's being used a lot. So, but you can't use it if you're FHA or VA. You cannot pay over appraisal value for those two particular products of lending. So make sure don't even try to use it if you have one of those clients, okay? There's nothing they can do. They can only pay the appraisal amount, and that's why this market may not be for them. It's not that it's not for them, it just may not be for them. There are builders out there, new builds, there are other options, but come to me one-on-one and we can really talk those out if you guys need them, okay? So make sure that you list the property address, okay? Because again, even though this is attached to a contract, it could always get lost, get separated, and you don't want to have your signature at the bottom of something that isn't property specific. This appraisal waiver does not, somebody just asked me if this is about commercial. Oh, it was Wasim. This is not a commercial form. This is a residential form. For commercial, it is a little bit different, Wasim, and we can talk about waiving appraisal rights in commercial, but it's usually done through an LOI, so we'll talk that through later. Okay, the financing described in the third-party financing addendum attached to the contract for the sale of the above referenced property, this property, does not involve FHA or VA. Okay, so we've already established it's not going to be FHA or VA, but they just want to make sure, again, that you know it cannot be FHA or VA, that you waive an appraisal right, okay? Check only one box. Please do not check two of these boxes, okay? I've seen multiple times 1 or 2 and 3, okay? So only one box can be checked here. If you choose option 1, the buyer waives the buyer's right to terminate the contract under paragraph 2B in the third-party financing addendum, which 2B is the part that talks about the appraisal, the lender's appraisal, and their right to terminate due to that. So under that paragraph 2B, if the property approval is not obtained because of value, not because of condition, okay, because of the value of the property in the appraisal, does not satisfy the lender's underwriting requirements, okay? If the property approval is not obtained because of the opinion of value in the appraisal and does not satisfy the lender's underwriting requirements. If the lender reduces the amount of the loan due to the option of value, the cash portion of sale price increases to the amount. Okay, so it doesn't matter if the loan is reduced to the appraisal value, the cash portion has to come up. So this option number 1 is a full waiver. That means if the house was listed for $300, your client offered $350. The house now appraises for $290. The lender is only going to give you 95% of the $290, okay, at best, because again, this is commercial, and commercial minimum down payment is 5%. So if we're at $290,000, that's 0.90, the lender is only going to give you $275,500. That means your client is then responsible for the cash portion of the sale price from the $275,500 all the way up to the $350. Okay, that's a full waiver of appraisal amount. You can offer number 2, a partial waiver. Buyer waives buyer's right to terminate the contract under paragraph 2B of the third-party financing addendum if 1, the property approval is not obtained because of the value in the appraisal. The opinion of value in the appraisal does not satisfy lender's underwriting requirements. And so this one is, this one tells you right here that you're going to have to pay the whole difference in cash, the cash portion. You're going to have to increase that. This one, however, says if it doesn't reach all of those requirements, then the opinion of the value is blank or more. So this is a partial waiver. So in our same scenario of $300,000, you offered $350 and the appraisal came back at $290. Let's say your client does have $20,000 cash extra that they can put down. That's what they're willing to go up. You could put in here, as long as it appraises for $310,000, $310,000. As long as it appraises for a certain amount, your client is happy to pay the difference. If the lender reduces the amount of the loan due to the opinion of value, the cash portion of the sale is increased by the amount of the loan. So that you can tell that this is exact same wording as this is, except that if it just doesn't just say this, it says if, here's your statement from above, and the opinion of value is. So here's your partial waiver. You get to choose about how much more they're going to pay. So as long as the opinion of value, as long as it appraises for 320, I'll pay 350. Difference. It doesn't matter. Do you see how that works? Does anybody have questions on this partial waiver? Because this is where we've had the most issues. I heard somebody unmute, but I can't see you guys because I'm looking at the appraisal waiver.
Yeah, so it's Jose on the partial waiver. So we have to kind of come up with the value of what we think it's going to appraise for, as opposed to put in how much they have available, right? So in that $300,000 example, and the offer is for 350, but we think the house is going to appraise at, let's say, 290, then we would put the 290 there.
Yes.
Okay.
Keep in mind that most people price their homes to what the market is saying. So most agents aren't going in and pricing way over just because they know that the houses are selling more, because appraisal still has to be met. So the opinion of value is you say whatever number. So I would say my clients are willing to pay, as long as it appraises up to 320, which if it appraises at 320, the lender is going to pay up to 320, right? So you're waiving your right. We know that I offered way too much at 350. But my clients say as long as it appraises up to 320, they will pay the difference in cash. Does that make sense, Jose? So you don't really have to know the exact appraisal amount at this point, because you're just saying as long as it appraises for this amount or more, we're going to buy it no matter what. Even though this, like you wouldn't put, I'm offering 350,000, so I'm going to put 350 or more. That's no waiver at all, right? This is saying as long as it appraises for 320, then my client will pay the difference all the way up to 350, because that was our offer price. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Anybody else have questions on partial waiver?
Well, I have a question, but it goes back to something else. Whenever you said, did you say that this wasn't for FHA or VA?
This is not for FHA or VA. It specifically says it on here. This does not involve FHA or VA guaranteed financing. You cannot waive appraisal on FHA or VA financing, because VA does not allow you to put anything down, and FHA is the same way. They don't allow you to put additional money into the deal. And I'll pull those stats if you guys want me to.
But, like, just for instance, so I guess if we have listings, we need to watch that, because, like in that last one that me and Nadine did, we literally had 2 offers come in that were FHA offers, and both of them did waivers.
Okay, so that's again, guys, why we're going over this. Not all brokers are, obviously not everybody's going over this form, and people are just using it. Agents are clearly not reading what it says. But if you get one of these as a listing agent for VA or FHA, disregard the appraisal waiver. You can't even consider it, because when it come down to it, let's just say our same example, listed for 300, your VA buyer offered 350, waived the appraisal to 320, okay? It comes back that appraises at 320. Your client is expecting to get 350. However, VA rules are going to say, nope, we're only paying this much, and they're not allowed to put any money down, so you're only getting 320.
Even if they have the cash?
Even if they have the cash. You cannot do that in a VA deal. Honestly, I don't know, but you can't waive it here. So I would say check with their lender first if they can put additional cash down. But I want to say on VA, they're not really allowed to do that to increase the value of the house. They can put cash down to decrease their amount of loan, but not to increase the value of what they're able to. And I'm actually glad that Rhonda and Coberto on this call. Can you guys jump in maybe on this?
So for Shenandoah, that client had to pull 20 out of their pocket to meet, because it didn't appraise.
Really?
So
And they allowed it?
Yeah, but that might be a lender thing.
So it might be like per lender specific, but I know that you're not allowed to use this form. You cannot waive appraisal right. If it comes to the point that there's an appraisal difference, you may be able to do something there, but you cannot waive your appraisal right.
Renee, don't you think it would be just safer that instead of trying to figure out if they will or not, the lender, just tell the buyer upfront that, hey, great, thank you for the offer. I would suggest check with your lender if they're okay with that or not, and let me know within a certain period of time.
Guys, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna mute you again. Sorry, it's very, very loud in your echo. Cuberto, did you have something to say here?
Yes. I think they use this form because the third-party financing. Can you put a mute? Already has the place for the appraisal waiver. So this one is only used for conventional. I believe that an FHA offer, they can still put, just lower the volume. They can still put out some money from their pocket. But let me double check. Let me make a quick phone call right now.
See, and that's I want to say you can put extra money down, absolutely, guys. But this particular form, we are talking about the addendum to waive your right to the appraisal. You cannot use this for FHA or VA, period. I don't know why. I don't know if it's okay to do it later. I'll check with some other lenders as well, and Cuberto is going to make a phone call for us now. It may be on a case-by-case basis, like if your property doesn't meet financing, or appraisal, like it did in Nikki's situation on her last transaction. They did have to come out of pocket because it didn't meet, and they were trying to negotiate. But this is straight up saying, I waive my right. I don't care. VA and FHA, you cannot do it with this form, period. If you get this form from somebody, do not accept it. It says it right here. This is not for use of FHA or VA. And it says it again. It does not involve FHA or VA. Okay? So we will find out the answers to those questions, though, about putting additional money down. Absolutely. That's a good point. But for this particular situation, Marcy, you can't use this form to waive your right. Okay? Additional right to terminate. In addition to the buyer's right to terminate under paragraph 2B of the third-party financing addendum, buyer may terminate the contract within blank days after the effective date if the appraised value according to the appraiser obtained by the buyer's lender is less than. So this is like the opposite of waiving your right. This gives you some more reason to terminate. Okay, so we talked about in the third-party financing paragraph 2B, it already gives you an out. If the property doesn't meet the appraisal amount that my lender requires, I don't have to buy the property. This one also gives you some more reason to terminate. So this is another buyer out, okay? These are seller protection clauses in a sense, and this would be like a buyer out. So this opposite of option 1 or 2. This gives you how many days you can terminate, and if the appraised value according to the appraisal obtained by the buyer's lender is less than. So in our example, $300,000, we offered $350,000. If it's less than $340,000, we're not going to purchase the property. And then the buyer delivers a copy of the appraisal to the seller. So if you, for whatever reason, say the house didn't appraise at $340,000, your buyer, you know how those buyers hold on to their appraisal copies like they've never seen an appraisal before and they'll never see one again. It's the last drop of water in the bucket and they're not sharing. They have to share. Okay, so this if they choose this paragraph, you're going to have to share the appraisal with the seller in order to terminate and get your earnest money back. Okay? Okay. Sorry,
I got some information.
Okay, go Cuberto.
Try on. And an FHA loan or a VA loan, if the purchase price and the contract is $250,000, and the appraiser come back at $245,000, the lender will only finance to $245,000, and the buyer, they allow the buyer to put $5,000 from their own pocket. If that makes sense.
Yes. Did everybody understand that? No questions on that?
Maybe once again, people are shy to ask.
All right, no worries, guys. If you're too shy to ask, shoot me a question or give me a call and we'll chat about it. And I can get Cuberto on the line with us. If anybody has any other questions concerning these forms, give me a call. Let's talk through them together in your particular situation, because I know that sometimes it's like it makes sense now, but you know, once you, sorry, I'm trying to unpresent. It makes sense now, but once it's in your specific situation, none of it makes any sense. Like, how's this going to fit? We only heard your one scenario. I get that. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense when you try to remake it fit. So if you have questions or it's a different situation, you feel like yours is just way out of left field, or even if you just, I just don't get it, Renee, you're ridiculous and you explain that terribly, give me a call and I'll try and re-explain it to you personally better. Okay?
Question real quick before we come off. So based on the statement that Cuberto said, we can't use the amendment, but we can proactively have a discussion, for example, with the seller's agent, like, you know, hey, my guy's FHA, so I'm not going to submit that amendment because it doesn't qualify. However, my client does have cash reserves if the house doesn't appraise at the price, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And you may want to, I would talk to your lender, but I may put that in special provisions. It's a make sure when you guys put something in special provisions to just run it by me first. But as long as it's a factual statement, you're not trying to practice law. So my client is willing to pay $25,000 over appraisal value, period. You know, you don't have to go into a whole bunch of details, but if it's a factual statement, that's what special provisions is for. So I would personally try and put it there in this particular market. If your client has lots of cash reserves and you've spoken with their lender and got the approval that yes, they can do that. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Great point, Jose. Thank you. Anybody else? Fun stuff. That was a great, awesome discussion. Thank you guys for jumping on with me for 30 minutes. Cuberto, thank you so much for getting us that information about FHA and VA.
Not a problem.
Yeah, you're awesome. Jose, thanks for your questions. And Nadim, your questions. Marcy, your questions. Guys, if you need anything else, again, please reach out to me. I'm going to be out of the office for the rest of the day today, but available by phone like always. I'll be back in the office tomorrow. We're going to be only, if anybody comes in to see us tomorrow for whatever reason, we'll only be in the big office, not in mine and Sharina's small office. They're fixing the heater or something in here, so we're not going to have access to this room tomorrow. I think that's all I have, so I'm going to let you guys go. If you need anything, give me a call.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Renee.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Stop recording here. All right, guys, again, on appraisal waivers, please make sure that you review this information. I'm going to set some notes in our unit section, so if you need any additional information on that, I'm going to have some notes in the unit section in files. So look for that, okay? We'll talk soon. Bye.